Okay, here we are again with Braintree Town Player Interviews. This week we've got Gianni Crichlow. Hi Gio, are you alright?
I'm good, thank you.
Good man, okay. Right, we've always established that he's a 23-year-old born in London. Who do you support, Gio?
Arsenal.
The Arsenal?
Yeah.
Oh right, is that your area you were from in London, was it originally?
I'm North West London, but
Yeah.
it's a family thing.
Growing up, well, you're going down tomorrow to Villa, I support Villa. So. What's your daytime job?
Daytime job, I'm doing labouring.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're just going to go through your career. Started out at QPR. What age did you join QPR?
I joined QPR at age 12.
Age 12, right.
Right the way up to 19. Yeah, basically I started off at Fulham Football Club.
Right.
As an under 8.
Yeah.
Got released at 12. Massive setback. Went to QPR 2 weeks later after being released and got signed after a week. So
that's good stuff. All right. And were you playing as a winger at that sort of time? Or
yeah, I've always been a winger. I had a brief spell as a striker.
Right.
But obviously growing up,
you didn't grow up.
As I've gotten older with my height, found wing was best suited for me.
Yeah. Okay. And you had a loan spell at Torquay. What league were they in at the time? When you
Torquay, they were Conference Prem.
Right.
At the time.
Was that a promotion season?
They was fighting relegation.
Oh right.
Yeah, they was fighting relegation when I went there that season. Bit of a tricky loan spell because at the time, as I said, they was fighting relegation.
Yeah.
I was a young boy on loan, never really been away from home.
Right. It's a long way as well.
Yeah. Just found the manager at the time, he was finding it hard to ease me into the team because of the circumstances of literally they're fighting relegation, young boy.
Had you been there from the start of the season or was it?
No, I joined mid-season.
Right.
And the loan spell was meant to be towards till the end of the season.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was hard, but I found I was training well and whatnot, and was just waiting for my opportunity really.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to your time at QPR, who did you get to play with in the first team?
First team, I was on the bench for the first team in the Capital One Cup against Carlisle.
Right.
There was a lot of great players at the time, like with loads of experience. Joey Barton.
All right. Didn't get the
Vargas.
wrong side of him, do you?
No. Serious man. Vargas, Zamora, players like
right,
that.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of competition in the first team. I was just happy to be there. And literally I spent about, I'd say, a month or two training with them on and off.
Yeah.
Back and forth. At the time I was 18, I believe. So
right.
It was obviously a great experience.
Okay. And who were you being coached by at the time? Have you got anybody you remembered
at the time,
taking under the wing?
Big influences was Paul Furlong.
Yeah.
Ex-QPR legend. Paul Hall.
Mm-hmm.
He was another one that was instrumental. Andrew Impey.
Yeah.
They was the 23s. Paul Hall and Andrew Impey was the 23s managers.
Yeah.
Paul Furlong was the under 18s manager, but they helped me a lot. Also Chris Ramsey.
Yeah.
Chris Ramsey at the time was promoted as first team manager. Mm-hmm. That's where I got my brief spell with the first team.
Yeah.
And yeah, they was instrumental in building my character, how I play and things I do.
Okay, so at what age did your career at QPR come to an end?
At 19.
Right.
Age of 19.
So you'd been there 11 years?
Yeah. I spent most of my life in QPR, so obviously it was a big shock. Contract didn't get renewed, but that's football. Had to bounce back and went on trials in academy level. Went Brentford, went Barnsley, Millwall.
Barnsley.
I went to had a brief spell in Scotland where I was up there for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Scottish Prem, Hamilton Academy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I found my time in Scotland decent, but I was just not able to get a contract. Like I was wondering what was going wrong. Yeah. Because I thought I was doing well, but it's football.
I mean, it must be difficult, being a club 11. For you though, it's not club support. I mean, Alfie had the similar story, but he was a Norwich fan and he played for Norwich and the rest of it. It must be hard.
It's very difficult.
We see so many at this level who've played under 18s football for Premier Championship clubs and find themselves at this level. So then, as we mentioned earlier, you went to Chelmsford City?
Chelmsford City.
And that'd probably get bleeped out.
Yeah, so after all them trials and whatnot, I went down to...
Yeah.
I think Rod Stewart was the manager.
Right.
Yeah.
Rod Stringer.
Rod Stringer, that's the one. Rod Stringer was the manager. Trained well. Had a session there, literally. He said, like, right, we'll take you on. I had a brief spell. First game, it was against Hornchurch.
Right.
Got injured within 18 to 20 minutes. It was sort of like a welcome to non-league, like, ankle.
Yeah.
Fully, players gone right through my ankle, basically. And I was out for, say, 6 weeks, so that was sort of my time done there. It was so short-lived. It was like, couldn't really bounce back at Chelmsford at the time.
And then, so you did 3 H's for that: Hendon Town, Harrow Borough, and Hanwell Town. So having played under 18, under 19 football, what's it like playing for clubs like that?
It was very different. Hendon was my first proper non-league club. Was doing okay. We started off well, but at that time, the manager was bringing in a lot of different players, so it was like there was a lot of competition, and we wasn't doing well at the time as well in the league. So it was like it's just fighting for your position. Really, the confidence in the team's down. But played for Hendon, I'd say half a season, and then a 7-day came in from Harrow Borough.
Right.
Went to Harrow Borough. Same thing, was decent. Was doing okay, and then I thought maybe if I drop down one more league to Hanwell, because the manager Chris Moore and Wayne Carter expressed a lot of faith in me.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I could drop down to make a bounce back up if I do well.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I went to Hanwell.
So during your non-league days, who was the best manager for you? Was it going back
I'd say, to be fair, I'd say, even though they were joint managers, Chris Moore and Wayne Carter, they helped me massively. When I dropped down to Hanwell, sort of a wake-up call, but I was enjoying my football as well. I started to enjoy my football again. Getting the consistency in week out, playing, getting my games under my belt, assists, goals. So yeah, I'd say those two.
Okay. So far, life at Braintree, how did it end up here?
Braintree, well, finished the season at Hanwell, and we won I think it was the Middlesex Cup.
Right.
Clubs never won it. So that game was like being viewed by a lot of people and whatnot. A Twitter page, to be fair.
Right.
It was, what was the Twitter page? Top Scout or something like that. Put up a profile of me after watching the game.
Yeah.
And said, like, I think he should be playing Step 2.
I think I found that when I'm looking for you.
Yeah. So from that, obviously Gaffer, Ryan Maxwell, he's given me a call.
Yeah.
And basically expressed the ambitions of the club and what he wants, and I thought that was the right fit for me. So he said, come down and train.
Yeah.
Spent the whole of pre-season with Braintree, and it worked out in my favour.
Did you know much about Braintree before you came here?
I always knew the name, because Braintree, like in non-league,
that's
it, they have a very high name, like a well-respected name. Or that's what I always knew of it. Like I put them with the teams that I know, as in the Boreham Woods, teams like that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since you've been here, you've been in and out of starting 11.
Yeah.
I think the fans appreciate a nippy winger like yourself. So what's it like? We're not getting a regular start.
At the moment, I'm just fighting for my place in the team. Really, all I can do is take each week as it comes, train hard and train well. Obviously, I appreciate the fans, because I do hear the chants Gio, and things like that. It gives me a major confidence boost as well.
Yeah.
And I just want to try and, even if I do get on, try and give them something, give the club something, perform, and work my way in. Patience.
Okay. And then, obviously, there's a mixture of youth and experience in this club as well.
Yeah.
And Ryan's added recently, hasn't he? A few more senior players, so I say. But results aren't improving.
Yeah.
The first 4 games we were unbeaten. I know there's 1 win and 3 draws, and some dodgy penalties amongst
100%.
amongst that. What do you think changed?
Changed. I'd say more or less the game. I think that changed us. I'd say was the FA Cup game.
Right. Yeah.
Billericay. Like, if you watch the recent games that we've been playing, I don't feel like we deserve to lose. Obviously, we've lost.
Yeah.
And we take nothing from that, but I don't think we deserve to lose. Right now, it's just about getting that confidence back into us that we had at the start.
Yeah.
The first couple of games, we was doing well, was flying. Should have taken more points from them games.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's just, we're working hard in training. It's just about letting the ball hit the back of the net and just try and, obviously Gaffer's brought in a few players.
Yeah.
Try and stay tight and solid and not let the goals come against us as well.
Yeah. And the other thing I think as well, this is just my personal opinion, wings are a bit of a dying breed, don't you think? There seems to be a thing now for wing backs, isn't there? And
yeah.
do you see yourself having to adapt to that, or do you hoping just to stay?
That's what I'm adapting to now.
Yeah.
I'm sort of adapting to playing wing back. More or less my career so far, I've not really been made to be playing wing back, but it is another part of the game as well. You have to adapt to. Obviously, different managers have different systems, so you've got to be able to adapt and do the wing back job if you're asked.
Yeah.
Which I'm learning.
Right.
Literally.
So you've got to track back.
100%.
Okay. And for yourself, what's your hopes for the rest of the season?
For me, it would be making my way into the lineup, of course, and just getting that consistency week in, week out, assists, goals. I want to start making a real impact in the team.
Okay. When do you actually find out whether you're in the team or not?
We find out Thursday. We have a rough idea, but anything could change. So Saturday morning is when you really start to know.
Right. Okay. Gio, that's it. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
See you then.